What's going on, people out there? This is Vats Impossible. Today I am at Denver, and as you can see, I'm hanging out right next to this giant United plane. I'm flying Delta today. We've got the beautiful Rockies in the background, and we're going to be flying from Denver to Albuquerque. So a good old Rocky Mountain flight. And why don't you come along and join me as we begin this journey? So let's get this plane started up. Hey, go. Alright, emergency exit light switch arm. Turn on seatbelt lights. Cabin logo lights on. No smoking signs auto. Turn on crew supply. Put our gears on. Turn on the fuel pumps. Okay. I'm going to turn up these displays just a little bit. I'm also going to turn up the floodlights because it's going to be kind of late in the evening on this flight. Alright, let's run the APU fire test. Okay. I'm going to turn on the fly pad here. And there we go. Okay. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's just go to the fly pad. Gonna import our flight plan from SimBrief. Yes, I get it. Mass and balance. Gonna do boarding and refueling.
Boarding requested.
Okay. Atsu. Flight init. SimBrief. And go init data request. Okay, init. We're going from Denver, KDEN, to Albuquerque, KABQ. Flight number, today we're Delta 4811. Cost index, let me take a look at the sheet. 5. Our cruise flight level is 38,000. Okay, so that's that. So on our way out of Denver, we're going to be probably on runway 8, especially based on what I saw in the ACARs. Then we're going to be on the SUDS 1 departure here, if I can find it. SUDS 1. Boom, there we go. And alright, we're good for that. And I'm going to turn around and open up this door. It's really nice to have that giant United flight right next to me. That's just cool to me. Okay, so I'm going to take a look outside. Our fuel truck should be here. Delta 1011, hello to you as well. How are you, sir? It's good to see you, man. Getting this big hunk of junk boarded and getting our luggage set. And the first people are coming out of the jetway. I think I saw Daniel Jones. That's fantastic, Delta 1011. I'm doing great, man. It's good to hear from you. So we're just gonna walk back here and say hi to some of the people. Getting on board. And we're still dealing with that glitch where people disappear when they sit down, but it's okay. We'll get there. But yeah, Delta 1011, so glad you're doing well, man. You know, this is it's been a couple weeks, but you know, it's just fun to do a flight and get back in the saddle, and it's always good to fly Delta. You think that's Arnold Palmer? I think you're right. It's GSX is working on trying to kind of make people more updated. It's gonna be a work in progress, but hey, at least they're trying, right? Alright, we're getting the luggage taken care of here. In the meantime, let me take a look at what frequency I need to call in just a moment. I think it's 121.85. Just gonna double check. Alright, 121.85. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that frequency as active. Luggage should be almost done. Come on. Just one more bit of luggage. Man, that United plane.
Frontier 19 requires taxi to runway 34 right.
Frontier Flight 19, you were sent to runway 25 for departure.
Oh, whoops, my bad. Hang on, just give me one moment, stand by.
Sure.
Okay. That should be all the luggage. Yeah, that is cool that we got young people on VATSIM. It's neat to me because, you know, these are future
Frontier
aviators.
19, I apologize for the inconvenience there, but we are ready to taxi runway 25.
Frontier Flight 19, no worries. Runway 25, taxi via Alpha Alpha Golf.
Taxi Alpha Alpha Golf, Frontier 19.
Alright, we're gonna get back in this cockpit. Everyone's still kind of boarding, but we're getting pretty close. Fuel truck is on its way.
Fuel truck is in position. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to leave.
And ground will be right back.
Alright, this fellow over here, he's about to connect the fuel. Let's see.
Ground is back.
Okay. Alright, here we go.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Alright, fuel's going up here.
Denver ground GPS 805 heavy information. Quebec, we're in the south portion of the cargo ramp. Like to push back, please.
GPS 805 heavy Denver ground. Hello again. Push and start approved. Face east.
Push start approved face east. GPS 805 heavy.
As usual, I got my co-pilot Eli Manning over here with me.
Frontier Flight 19, monitor tower on 124.3.
124.3, see you later, Frontier 19.
Okay, boarding's done. Fuel's almost done. Okay. This is only a 300-mile flight, so we shouldn't need much more than 4,700 kilograms of fuel. Okay. Alright, so that's the fuel. Fuel's ready. Flight plan should be pretty simple. Before I do that, let me just grab this. Okay. So we're going to just put in our destination here. Arrival should be ILS runway 08 via the oh, let's take a look. I think it should be via the sundial 4. Okay, sundial 4 with the DATME transition. Yep, DATME transition. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna clear this discontinuity right here. Okay. Alright. And so after that, I'm gonna go to init. I'm gonna go to the init fuel. And go ahead and send some more data. Look at the weather. Looks like -7, a little bit of a headwind. I didn't know that Flight Sim was coming to PlayStation. That's fascinating because I know Microsoft is kind of been behind a lot of it, so the fact that they're going to do PlayStation is pretty amazing. Okay, performance, okay. That's that. Performance page, we're going to go flaps 1. And lately the V-speed calculator's been acting strange, so I'm just going to put these in.
Denver Ground, United 448 is a Bravo 8 with Quebec ready to push and start.
Okay.
United 448, Denver Ground. Hello, push and start approved. Straight back, first line, call ready for taxi.
Okay,
so
push approved, straight back to the first line, call ready to taxi, United 448.
I put in the ATIS. Okay, 3015. Okay. Alright, so we've already got some stuff from the ACARS from the pre-flight. So we know we're heading out from runway 08. So that would be, so the first altitude would be 10,000 feet. That makes sense because we're in Denver. We're already 5,000 feet up just from being on the ground. So let's go ahead and put in our squawk. Should be 1467. Okay. And let's go ahead and start the APU. And we're going to be rolling here in a second. But that Delta 1011, that is amazing that they're bringing Flight Sim to PlayStation. I did not see that one coming, honestly, because I thought Microsoft was going to insist it was Xbox only. So, good for them. I'm glad to hear that. Personally, I have a hard time doing all this with a controller. I admire anybody who can do this with a controller. I have to use a keyboard and a joystick, because otherwise I just can't remember what all the controller buttons would do. Okay. We're getting started here. Alright, APU's almost ready. Okay. Should be there in just a couple seconds. Yep, there it is. Turn on APU bleed. Disconnect external power, beacon lights on, strobe lights auto. We're going to tell GSX we want to get ready to push. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at...
Intentional aircraft information, Romeo is now current altimeter at 3014.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback. Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Ready, EPS 805 heavy, taxi 35 left, and we're picking up Romeo.
EPS 805 heavy, thanks. Do you have that right-hand turn there, Alpha 2?
Yeah, we have Alpha 2 over to Alpha, EPS 805 heavy.
Fantastic. EPS 805 heavy, runway 35 left, taxi via Alpha 2 Alpha.
35 left, the Alpha 2 Alpha, EPS 805 heavy.
Denver ground, this is Delta 4811 at stand Charlie 47. We have information Romeo on board. Request push and start.
Delta 4811, Denver ground, push and start approved, straight back, first line, call ready for taxi.
Push approved, straight back, first line, call when ready for taxi, Delta 4811. Okay, well, he wants to do a straight push back, so I'm going to do what he said. Okay, we're going to remove chocks and cones.
Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear.
Here we go.
Start at will.
Let's take a look and make sure we got nobody behind us. Doesn't look like it. Starting engine 2.
1468, stand Charlie, 43 with the information Romeo requesting pushing, the purple. Yep.
United 1468, heavy Denver ground, push and start approved, first line straight back, cover here for taxi. Caution, you have company pushing off the left side as well.
Yeah, I'll just wait for that aircraft to pass me and then I'll push back, so.
You can both push, you're both going to runway 8.
Set parking brake.
Roger for United, United 1468.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Okay.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Alright, engines are starting up.
UPS 805, heavy monitor tower 24.3, have a great night.
124.3, thanks for accommodating our request. UPS 805 Heavy, good night.
Okay.
Ground United 448's got Romeo ready to taxi at Bravo 8.
Ignition switch back to middle. We're going to turn off the APU bleed. Turn off the APU.
Unlocking gear.
United 448, Denver ground, hello. Runway 25, taxi V, Alpha November, go.
And ground United 448, taxi runway 25, but you're garbled on the taxiways. Could you repeat, please?
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Okay, I don't know what's going on here.
And ground United 448, got the taxi runway 25 via Alpha November, but which taxiway after Alpha November?
Sorry about that, for some reason, you just disconnected from voice server. So, runway 25, taxi via Alpha November, Golf, sorry about that.
Alpha November Golf, you're loud and clear this time, and thanks very much, 448.
Denver ground, Delta 4811 is ready for taxi.
Delta 4811, runway 8, taxi via Charlie November, Mike.
Taxi to runway 8 via Charlie November, Mike, Delta 4811. Okay. So, runway 8 is... Alright, so we're going to be moving... Here, hold on. Sorry, I'm going to move some stuff around here. Okay. Going to be moving actually to our left. Alright. Just going to turn here a little bit. Alright, we're going to swing on to Charlie November. Alright, here we go. We're going to swing on to Charlie November, and then we're going to take Mike on and get closer to runway 8, which is where we're taking off. Alright, Charlie November, Mike. I think I know this. I've been in Denver before, so a little bit of this is familiar. Charlie November Mike, so that should be our second turn on the left here.
Denver ground, good evening. Giant 224, information Romeo, ready for push.
Giant 224 Heavy, Denver ground. Hello, do you have that taxiway Alpha 2 there at about your, I guess about 2 o'clock-ish?
Stand by, Giant 224.
That Alpha 2 taxiway will join Alpha that's directly off your nose. Do you have that?
Roger, yep, I was just checking. Yeah, we have that Alpha 2 taxiway, Giant 224.
Fantastic. Giant 224 Heavy, push and start approved, face west.
Push start approved, face west, Giant 224.
United 1468, requesting taxi to runway 8.
United 1468 Heavy, runway 8, taxi via Charlie November, Mike.
Taxi via Charlie November Mike, United 1468.
Delta 4811 monitor tower on 24.3. Have a good one.
Monitor tower on 24.3, you have a good one as well, Delta 4811. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and change up this frequency. Alright, we're gonna prep this.
Delta 4811, Denver Tower, load you up.
Delta 4811 is with you.
Delta 4811, thank you, 1060 at 7, RNAV kidding, runway 25, correction, runway 8, clear for takeoff.
Runway 8, clear for takeoff, RNAV to Kenny, Delta 4811. Alright, let me make sure I know what he's talking about when he says kidney. Okay. I guess it's more like kidnick. But it sounds like Kenny. It sounded like Kenny to me, or kidney. Like almost like a kidney. Anyway.
Traffic.
Oh, we got someone on final over here? Oh, no, never mind. Okay. We're gonna get lined up. Alright, here we go. And off we go. Positive rate of climb. Gear up.
EPS 805 Heavy, unfortunately Denver departure is offline. Frequency change approved. Enjoy your flight.
Frequency change approved. EPS 805 Heavy, y'all have a great day. See ya.
United 1468 Denver Tower, you up?
Got United 448 ready to go on 25.
United 1468 Heavy, thank you. 1060 at 7. RNAV Royal, runway 8, clear for takeoff.
And Tower, that was United 448 over on runway 25 ready to take off.
There you go, I apologize. I got you mixed up with 1468. United 448 standby. I'll get back to you for now. Runway 8 line up, correction, runway 25 line up point.
Line up point 25, United 448.
United 1468 Heavy, Denver Tower, you up?
Yeah, I'm here for United 1468, sorry about that.
Delta 4811, no further ATC is available. Frequency change approved. Enjoy your flight.
Frequency change approved. Thank you so much for the coverage. Have a great night, Delta 4811.
Yes, up. United 1468, wind 060 at 7, RNAV Royal, runway 8, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 8, RNAV Royal.
Okay. Alright, if I read this chart right, and take a look at this, I think we don't have any, I don't think we really have any altitude restriction after we get to Kidnick, so now we're just going to go ahead and, because we're switched over to Unicom, we're just going to put in our cruise altitude, 38,000. And I'm going to go ahead and do some housekeeping. I'm just going to retract the landing lights, make sure spoilers are disarmed, flaps are up. Okay. Okay, and let's take a look around. Alright guys, so I'm hopping back on because a miracle has occurred. ATC over Albuquerque has appeared, so this is fun.
Shop 1-2 Albuquerque Center, ready contact 11 miles northeast, correction northwest of the Drake Vortex, flight level 360.
Albuquerque Center, hello, this is Delta 4811. I am inbound DTEC at flight level 200 descending, or actually, sorry, I am at flight level 200.
Delta 4811 Albuquerque Center, hello, ready contact 36 miles northwest of the Santa Fe VOR, flight level 200, descend via the San Diego 4 arrival, runway 8, Albuquerque altimeter 3015.
Descend via the Sudsy 4 arrival, runway 08, altimeter 3015 for Delta 4811.
Shots 1-2, contact LA Center 126.52.
2682, shots 1-2, appreciate you.
Delta 4811, you can expect the RNAV Zulu runway 8, advise when you have ATIS Bravo at Albuquerque.
Expect the RNAV Zulu for runway 08, and what was that last part again, sorry?
Delta 4811, just let me know when you have information Bravo at Albuquerque.
We have information Bravo on board, Delta 4811. Okay, so he wants us to descend via the sundial, or so we're going to go down to 14,000, I believe. And we're going to slow this puppy down a little bit. Okay, so we're going to... Go.
Good day, Albuquerque, America 2373.
America 2373, Albuquerque Center, ready contact. America 1352, wind 270 at 13, gust 22, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff. Delta 4811 at Christian, cleared RNAV Zulu runway 8.
At Kristen, cleared RNAV Zulu for runway 8, Delta 4811.
America 1352, ready to contact, say altitude.
Okay. I have to change.
America 1352, thank you, climb and maintain flight level 210.
Alright, we're having to make some changes here, that's fine.
Walker 5275, lights moderate to get a precip along your routing, 12 o'clock, 60 miles, diameter showing 85 miles, tops unknown if you, just advise if you need deviation.
We'll let you know. Thank you, Innovation. Walker 5275.
Turn landing lights on. I'm gonna put auto brake on medium. And let's take a look at what the ATIS is here. Okay. Alright, we're gonna go flaps 1 here. speed brakes. We're gonna just kind of make sure we're in the right zone here.
Delta 4011 information, Charlie now current at Albuquerque, wind 200 at 4, the altimeter 3014.
We have information, Charlie, on board, altimeter 3014 for Delta 4811.
Roger. American 1352, climb maintain flight level 370.
Maintain flight level 370, American.
Conventional aircraft, Phoenix 8 is Golf now current, wind 250 at 12, the altimeter 2974.
I got everything else kind of lined up here. Okay, so take a look at the airport elevation. Okay, so if I have my information right, I'm gonna need to go ahead and put this in approach mode. Okay, that's on approach mode. Let me see if there's like a tower at Albuquerque all of a sudden. No, there's not. That's what I thought. Okay. So, obviously lateral navigation is telling me that I need to get moving. So I'm going to turn off the autopilot. And we're going to get down. And on top of that,
Delta 4811, runway 8 cleared to land.
Runway 8 clear to land, Delta 4811. Okay. Make sure some stuff is... Okay. Okay. So, as you can imagine, I got some catching up to do here. I'm gonna put the landing gear down. Our nav approaches drive me nuts sometimes, but it's all good. Approach. Come on. Oh, golly Moses.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Reset. 5.
Alright, welcome to Albuquerque. That was interesting.
Delta 4811, exit left on Alpha 8, taxi to parking via Alpha, good night.
Exit left on Alpha 8, taxi to parking via Alpha. Thank you, good night.
Walker 5275, contact LA Center 126.52. Thank you, too. American 2373, leaving Maris Space to the north. Denver Center's offline. Frequency changes approved. Good night.
Good night, American.
Okay, guys. Well, we're alive. We made it in one piece, and we're gonna go find a gate. Hopefully. I just gotta remember where the gates are over here at Albuquerque. It's a bit of a jog from the end of the runway to where the gates are at Albuquerque, but it's not too far. I've seen worse. If you fly into Munich, you're going to have a really long taxi to your gate too, so there's plenty of airports that have this. Simic77 said, duck. Thank you. I appreciate the duck. Very nice of you. Okay, I believe there's gates this way, or at least that's what I've been told. Okay. Right, evidently this is not where the gates are. That's fine. Gonna make a illegal U-turn here and go to where the gates are. Albuquerque, you win an award for most confusing airport I've been to in a bit, but that's a good award. Okay. Okay, I believe over here is Terminal Alpha, so we should have some gates over here finally. Here we go. Okay. I believe we can just park anywhere over here and we should be good. Actually come over here because the parking might make a little bit more sense. First of all, I'm going to do a couple things. Flaps back at 0. Disarm spoilers. And turn these landing lights off. And then I'm going to go to external cam. So that way we can better see where we need to pull in.
American 1352, do you have an approach request?
We do have the ILS runway 8 punched in. We can take that American 1352.
American 1352, roger, you can expect that. Descend via the Burrito 1 arrival, runway 8, Albuquerque altimeter 3014.
Descend via the Burrito 1, runway 8, American 1352.
Okay. Turn the APU on. We're going to bring our throttles down to 0. Welcome to Albuquerque.
Central Aircraft Tucson, it is Charlie now, current wind 120 at 12, the altimeter 29 or 9 or 5.
Okay, well, I'm going to turn on the APU bleed, and I'm going to turn off engines 1 and 2. And whoever commented the duck, thank you. Thank you for that. That's exactly what I needed today. So that's wonderful. We're gonna request deboarding here at the gate, and hopefully this works. Alright. I'm gonna open the cargo doors. Okay, well, we made it, guys. Alright, so GSX is telling me that we're not going to be able to see passengers because the jetway won't connect, but I hope you guys have enjoyed this flight, and if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe to the channel. It would be awesome to have you as a subscriber, and have a great night. Thanks for flying with me.